Hello and welcome everyone to my Big Bash side for Supercoach 2021-22. So the season is about a week away from now, and basically this is the team heading into round one. It'll probably change before then based on team selections, but this is pretty much the benchmark of what I want it to look like. So at the wicketkeeper spot, we've got Jimmy Pearson. Now, he's been in good form lately in the domestic side of things, and the Heat have a really thin batting lineup this year, so I would expect Pearson to bat around 4 or 5, so sub 100k for a keeper that's going to bat top 5, I think he's a really good option. And backing him up will be Harry Nielsen. So I'm expecting Alex Carey to be the wicketkeeper for Australia, replacing Tim Payne going forward, so I think it's up to Nielsen to step up. Again, Adelaide's batting lineup pretty thin, likewise with the Brisbane Heat, so I think, Nielsen, really good value and should get some opportunity this year. Heading over to the batsmen, our first batsman is Darcy Short. He has been one of the guns of the Big Bash for years now, and I would expect that to continue for Short. Now, the reason I haven't picked Maxwell here is I believe he's out round 1, which could be a bit of an issue. Moving on to our second batsman, we've got Josh Philippe. He's got the double game week, round 1, as you can see here, so he'll be very handy to have, an absolute gun. Our third batsman, Marcus Stoinis. Now, he is a little bit up and down when it comes to scoring, but he always has that potential to go big, so a bit of a risky pick here, but he was priced well over 200k a few seasons ago, so I think he's relatively good value for now. Our next bat is James Vince. Pretty consistent bat and has the double game week, likewise Philippe, so he should open or bat at 3, so a lock in my side. Very handy batsman, pretty consistent. And to round out the on-field batsman, we've got Max Bryant. Bit like Stoinis here, big hitter, either goes big or goes home. He's got the double game round 1, which is a bonus, so we'll see how he goes. You've got 2 chances for him to go big once, and he's priced really well, so fingers crossed that pick works. Off the bench, Aaron Finch is as cheap as chips. Had a shocking year last year, pretty average T20 World Cup, but he's handed over the captaincy to Nick Maddinson now, so hopefully he can focus on his batting and get back to his best, and at 62,000, he is very hard to look past. And the last batsman will be Matthew Gilkeys. Now, he isn't the greatest of Supercoach scorers, but I would expect him to bat top 4, top 5 this year for the Thunder. A very thin batting lineup again, and if he can get a few catches here and there, that'll also contribute. So, good value for Gilkeys there. We just need him to get a bit of cash flowing and see how he goes. On to the bowlers now. Our first bowler, Mujib, absolutely tore the league to shreds last year, took wicket after wicket, had a 5-wicket haul. He's got the double game round 1. I would expect him to go large, might even put the captaincy on him, and one of the great spin bowlers in T20 cricket at the moment. And backing him up, Rashid Khan. He's done it for years now, just every tournament, just takes wickets, makes runs here and there. So I'd expect Rashid Khan to have another ripping tournament. As we look at the fixture though, he's got the double game week round 2, but follows that up with a bye. So a little bit annoying, but yeah, absolute gun. You have to have him. Now we've got Tom Curran, the English quick. He can also hit a ball, which is handy. So we've gone quite expensive with the bowlers here, but Curran, yet again, the double game round 1. Another one of those blokes that can go big or go home, but I'd expect him to take wickets and hit some bombs here and there as well. Okay, now we had a little bit cheaper with our bowling options. AJ Ty, he's been taking wickets in his domestic cricket this season, so that's really good to see. He's been one of the top bowlers in the BBL pretty much for the entirety it's existed, really. So I'd expect him to take more wickets this year. One of the better death bowlers in the competition. So I think AJ Ty is very well priced, and yeah, I think he deserves a spot in our team. He's got 2 double game rounds, which is very handy to have as well. And the last on-field option for us is Matt Renshaw. Matt Renshaw, I'd expect him to open or bat at 4 for the strikers. Anywhere in that top 4 really, and I'll be happy. He can roll the arm over here and there. He made a ton the other day, so he's heading into the comp in great form. Hopefully he can carry over to the Big Bash and yeah, make a bit of cash and score some points. But yeah, great form for Renshaw. He's in 38% of teams. I would expect that to climb before round 1 lockout. Onto the bench options. So we've got 108k left. Joel Paris, really cheap. No Faulkner this year for the Hurricanes, so I would expect Paris to step up with the new ball, hopefully, and yeah, take some wickets. And that leaves us with 46k in the bank. So we can only pick one of these guys. And we want Josh Can, DPP player, battle bowler, and he's going to be our loophole. So yeah, I'll explain the loophole in my round 1 video, but that's basically for our captaincy. So yeah, that just about wraps up the team. We'll get a better view here when it loads. Alrighty, so get rid of that. Alright, so this is the team heading into round 1. I would expect it to change a little bit, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So we've got, in terms of the double game this week, we've got 3 Sydney Sixers, so that's handy. And then we've also got the 3 Brisbane Heat, so should have a relatively decent score this week. And yeah, 36 trades for the year sets us up beautifully. So yeah, this was the first Big Bash video for the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave any thoughts on the team. And yeah, cheers.